use all this area to have some extra space. So yeah, one of the first things I like to point out now that we're outside is this big mountain directly behind me. That's Mount Pembroke, about 2,050 meters high. And on top of that, there is Pembroke's Glacier. So that's an active glacier. And if you use your imaginations, that same glacier is the glacier that carved out the cove that we're in right now. So it's a really special place to see how dark it is. I imagine on a day like today with a little bit of extra sunlight, but a deep-ish freshwater layer, it'll probably be closer to about 60 meters today. The light level down there, you'll still be able to see heaps of fish and stuff out there. Because up top, it can look kind of barren and there's not a lot of fish there. So that's kind of all I have for that bit. Before we head downstairs, I want to talk a bit more about those black corals that I mentioned that the new skeleton out of. So they're eating all day, they're changing their waste product into their skeleton, and then these guys are able to asexually reproduce on top of their new skeleton. So this allows them to be very independent and not need a lot of help to live. So the oldest we've ever found is off the continental shelf of Hawaii, about 4,000 years old.
fishy 睇兩魚仔。
Because of the rain. When it dries, it's black. So it's outside. See on it.
So if you've never been scuba diving, then chances are this is the deepest underwater you've ever been. So congratulations for that. That's pretty sweet. But you did it completely dry too, so not everybody can say anything about that. A couple housekeeping things as we get started. If you guys feel like you need to go upstairs for whatever reason, you're welcome to. The staircase is open, and so is the bridge. So no need to tell me about that or anything. You're welcome to go up as you please. In the top left corner of each window, there's going to be a little number up there. I'll use these numbers to describe what I'm seeing and if I'm talking about something in specific windows. Now that we are in the Tasman Sea, we do sometimes have bigger marine life that swims by. So it's been common to see sharks down here, see stingrays sometimes. So if you do see something bigger like that, please give a shout so that hopefully we can all see it. Sometimes these animals only swim by for just a second, so it's definitely really sweet whenever we can all see it together. So keep an eye out for those. So on the back rock wall, as my friend pointed out, we have a kind of star watch it, and you can actually see it crawl along the rock wall pretty speedily.
It was just hanging on.
Yeah, that's what they like to do. They're doing really well as the ocean temperatures are increasing. So they reckon that there's more squid in the oceans now than ever before. So they're kind of being looked at as a more sustainable seafood source. You can see all these fish around here are going to eat those up very quickly. And then maybe only 100 or less of the 2,000 squids will actually survive into adulthood. But that's why a lot of fish have so many babies, is just to maximize the chance of at least one or two of them coming alive. So we got a lot of trigger fish. The non-left ones are the females. So this is certainly some kind of mating talk going on there. Usually they're running away. They're chasing each other
嗰
off.
個
So
細劈仔，
let's
細
try
劈
to
星
impress the
啦。
mate right now.
yeah.
They are turtle fish. They're a really funny kind of fish. So they don't have what's known as a swim bladder. A swim bladder is a specialized fish or a specialized organ in bony fish that helps them swim not too
Don't
far
use
away.
it.
They say to use a hacksaw to cut it off. They're very, very fledged coral ecosystem. And not only are you able to see these fish, but these fish are also able to see you. So, kind of better camouflage. That white girl's probably about 20 years old. That's a super that doesn't make it like the fish that's deepest underwater is that trigger fish or over here in window 17, there's a kind of unassuming red striped fish they found about 500 meters below the surface of the water. So to see it here at 10 meters is super rare. Yeah, the little red one on the left side of the coral. Right there, there's another one.
誒出嚟放通嘢佢。
So there's just one opening of its mouth and I So if you have more flavor of it, I kind of impartial on it myself, but definitely try it while you're out here. She made a friend. Maybe like once every 2 days probably. So definitely not super common. It does happen. Hanging out there. That's one of the banded rats. They're looking for shots in there. They're all kind of awesome. So we call it a horse. Sea cucumber, you can see them really well in window 9.
就让那个东
They
西
look
搞
spiky, but they're actually quite fish films start trying to eat it. And then they're able to regrow their See it maybe 11 dark stars.
就好像小孩的那个颜色，就这个颜色拍出来。
Hang out the whole 10 minutes. If you did have the inkling to go upstairs and read this, so the bubbles are, this building is just flat. So whenever we scuba dive sometimes or any of the normal gas that's released in the ocean, it's just normal gas releasing.
啲魚咧病埋喺度唔喐嘅，真係。
都唔喐嘅，眼都唔眨喎。
係。
Usually whenever something feels like that, I just take a step back and the whole crowd right over there. Not really. If they could, maybe some specialized sharks, but sharks don't really scavenge around in the food like that. They may be, I don't know what kind of fish would do it, maybe barracuda or something like that. But sharks are more looking for active big fish to swim and eat them. Get down and hide again, but I haven't seen it already. It's pretty cool. No sea turtles. That's also too cold for them down here. People have seen dolphins down here, which is pretty cool. Sometimes penguins, but I've never seen either of those two. Those are just swim by. Yeah, right now the kind of penguin we have is out in Antarctic.
What time of the year was that?
That's about September through like beginning of December. Yeah, September through the beginning of December. They spend 8 months out in the Antarctic I'm not familiar.